What's up there, guys? Welcome back to part two of my entire Blu-ray collection of 2020. I hope you guys enjoyed the first part, and let's keep things going here and share with you guys all the rest of my collection I've got here. So here we go. We've got Collateral. We have The Conjuring with this real cool limited edition lenticular cover. The Conjuring 2. Commando, Con Air, Congo, Peter Benchley's Creature, which is pretty bad, but it's a guilty pleasure. Dante's Peak. Let's see, The Day After Tomorrow. We have Dazed and Confused. This is the Criterion collection here. Real good movie there. Deep Blue Sea, Deep Impact, The Departed, one of my all-time favorite films. This is by far my favorite Martin Scorsese film. Then we have the Die Hard collection. It's the very first four films, and they are the only four films that exist in my brain. Let's see here. We got Disturbia, Divergent, which is the only one I like out of the entire series. Django Unchained. Dodgeball, hilarious comedy. We have Don't Breathe. We have Draft Day. Let's see, Dragonheart. Come on out of there. We got Dumb and Dumber. Easy A. The Edge. We have Edge of Tomorrow with Tom Cruise, Edward Scissorhands. I just bought this when I went up to New Jersey for vacation. Excess Baggage on Blu-ray. Yeah, I was very surprised to find that. I can't find it anywhere here in Florida, but I was very thankful to get that up there in New Jersey. Excuse me. E.T. the Extraterrestrial. Face Off. Follow the Bride Part 1 and Part 2. The Fault in Our Stars. Fern Gully, The Last Rainforest. Ferris Bueller's Day Off. A Few Good Men. One of my all-time favorite films. I gotta tell you guys, I do try to recommend people about what films to get on 4K. And not that I'm stopping you guys not to buy it on 4K. I mean, it's your money if you want to buy it, but if I was recommending guys buying this on 4K, I would not. I don't think it's really that great to upgrade onto 4K. Yes, it is a great movie. It's definitely worth having your collection, but upgrading to 4K, I would not recommend. We have The Fighter, Flipper, Forgetting Sarah Marshall, a hilarious comedy. Forrest Gump, absolute classic. The Founder with Michael Keaton. Foxcatcher. We have Fury. I gotta get that in 4K. Then we have The Fugitive. Game Night. Hilarious comedy. I've been recommending this to a lot of people. It's probably one of the most hilarious comedies I've actually seen in quite some time. Ghostbusters 1 and 2 Digibook Edition. The Gift. The Girl Next Door. The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. We have Gladiator, Godzilla, King of the Monsters, which I would say, guys, it's not as great as I want it to be, but it has its moments. I enjoyed it, but like it has, I would still say the first Godzilla is better than the new one, but this one does have a lot more Godzilla, and I do like the fight scene at the end with all the monsters. Then we have Gone Girl. Let's see, we have Goodfellas, Good Will Hunting, great performance by Robin Williams. The Goonies, classic. Gran Torino. We have Gravity, Great Outdoors, classic comedy with John Candy. Just bought this up in New Jersey as well. The Green Book on 4K, amazing film and amazing picture. Definitely worth buying on 4K. The Green Mile Digibook, Gremlins, Gremlins 2, Grumpy Old Men and Grumpy Old Men double feature. Hacksaw Ridge, my favorite film of 2016, if I remember. The original Halloween, classic John Carpenter. Halloween H2O. I definitely want to get that Halloween film that just came out a couple years ago. It wasn't great, but it has its moments. Happy Gilmore, which is probably my favorite, or still to this day, my favorite Adam Sandler film. The entire Harry Potter collection. Certainly like to upgrade that all to 4K as well. And this very, very limited edition Hateful Eight Steelbook. Very good film. Okay, now let's get down this here. Alright, then we have Heat Steelbook edition. Hell or High Water. We have Her. Home Alone 1 and 2 double feature collection. Then we have Hook. Then we have House 1 and 2 horror films. I used to watch these a lot as a kid. If you really like horror films, I recommend you guys check those out. You know, a lot of people don't know about these films in the new generation, but if you were growing up during my time watching horror films and you knew these films, you would know how they're fun to watch. Alright, How the Grinch Stole Christmas, Howard the Duck, which, by the way, I just met, what's her name, Leah Thompson. Met her back the same time I met Michael J. Fox and Christopher Lloyd up in Orlando, and yeah, she was a sweetheart. Hugo, and then we have the 4 Hunger Games films. We got the first one, Catching Fire. These are really the 2 I really enjoyed. But Mockingjay Part 1 and Part 2, I'm not going to talk about them. Then we have, excuse me, I'm sorry. I Know What You Did Last Summer. I Still Know What You Did Last Summer. Inception. Independence Day. Indian in the Cupboard. Used to read the book a lot when I was a kid in elementary school. Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark. I need to get the entire trilogy, you know. Should be ashamed of myself just owning the first one, but I do got to get the entire trilogy. Invincible, just watched this about 2 nights ago and still love it. Love watching the movie. The Italian Job. The original It, which scared me a lot when I was a kid. I watched this when I was like 7 years old, and then when I watched it 20 years later, I just realized, yeah, this was not a very good film. But it has that nostalgia. It's definitely brings me back those memories of how much it scared me. And then we have the 2 really good It films come out the last few years. And like the first one better. The second part has its problems, but I still thoroughly enjoy it. But very proud to own them. And the 4K edition is definitely worth upgrading to. It's a Mad World. This is a great comedy, guys. I don't hear a lot of people talk about this. My grandfather and I talk about it all the time. Although my entire family watches it and they all love it. It's a great comedy. They don't make good comedies like this nowadays. Let's see. Then we have The Island, Jack Reacher, Jaws, classic, Jeepers Creepers, Jeepers Creepers 2, and I will not own the third one. I did not like that one. Jeff Dunham's Spark of Insanity. We have Jingle All the Way. We have John Wick, the first one, which I do like the other 2 guys, but the first one to me I think is just much more enjoyable to watch than the other 2. We have Joy, The Judge, which I think is underrated. Jumanji. This is really the only Jumanji movie I really like personally. Jurassic Park, the only Jurassic Park film I own and I think should matter. The Karate Kid Part 1 and Part 2. Kick-Ass on 4K. I haven't watched it on 4K yet, but I love the movie. Kick-Ass 2. These 2 films I don't hear a lot of people talk about anymore. Just like they just died and went away, but I don't know. They're still fun films to watch. Kingpin. Kong Skull Island. Looking forward to Kong versus Godzilla. La La Land. Lake Placid, a guilty pleasure. I just watched Crawl, by the way, too. I need to add that. That was actually an enjoyable alligator film. The Land Before Time, childhood favorite. Lawless. Lego Batman movie. The Leprechaun series. Liar Liar with Jim Carrey. Lights Out. Little Shop of Horror Digibook. Lone Survivor. The limited edition Lord of the Rings extended edition. Very proud to own that. The Lost Boys. Then we have The Magnificent Seven. Major Pain. Love this movie. The Mask. The Matrix limited edition digibook. I need to upgrade this too to 4K as well. Maverick. Mean Girls. Men in Black, the original, which is the only one I think matters. Mercury Rising, and $1 Million Baby, a phenomenal film. Okay. Let's see. Let's get down and see if we can go real fast on this row. We have the Mission Impossible series. We have the very first 3. Ghost Protocol, Rogue Nation, Fallout, excellent action film. Moneyball, Monster Squad, Mortal Kombat, Mrs. Doubtfire, The Mummy, My Cousin Vinny, The Naked Gun, Nerve, childhood favorite, The Never-Ending Story, Nightmare on Elm Street, No Holds Barred, The Nutty Professor, Oculus, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest Digibook limited edition, 1 Hour Photo, Over the Top, The Patriot, another one of my favorite films. Patriots Day, phenomenal movie. This is one of my all-time favorites as well. Passengers, which is amazing in 4K. The People Under the Stairs. Forgive me about the dogs there. They're probably barking at nothing. The Perks of Being a Wallflower. Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, classic comedy. The Polar Express, The Poseidon Adventure, Predator, Primal Fear. Edward Norton was amazing in that film. The Princess Bride, Prisoners, excellent film. I saw that twice in the theater. Great movie. The Rambo, the very first films. I didn't care about the last one that came out. Ransom, The Reef, The Relic, the Revenant, excuse me, Revolutionary Road, The Ring. Then we have the Planet of the Apes trilogy, the new trilogy, Rise. We have Dawn, which is my favorite of the new trilogy, and War. We have Roadhouse, Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, The Rock, the entire Rocky collection, Room, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, The Rundown, Rush Hour, the only one I really enjoyed, Salem's Lot, The Sandlot Classic, The Santa Claus, loved watching that film during Christmas time, Saving Private Ryan, probably still to this day my favorite war film. Then we have Scream, Scream 2, Scream 4, 7, phenomenal movie, excuse me. The Shallows, Shanghai Noon, Shanghai Nights, Shaun of the Dead, The Shawshank Redemption, Sherlock Holmes, The Shining, we have Shrek, then we have Sicario, Silence of the Lambs. Let me put this up right here. Silver Bullet on Blu-ray. Bought that at New Jersey as well. Silver Lions Playbook, Sinister, and Sleepy Hollow Limited Edition Digibook. I bought that in New Jersey as well. Alright guys, so I hope you enjoyed part 2 of my collection, and I will see you guys in part 3 of my collection. Alright, hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in part 3.